My name's Eleanor. In 2018, my nephew, my godson, was stabbed in South Yorkshire, and this is my story. It was an evening. I remember being in the bath and missing a call from my sister-in-law, who we're really close with, and I knew immediately that something was the matter. Not because she was phoning at that time. It's just very hard to explain. I just knew there was a problem, and I remember frantically jumping out of the bath and trying to return her call to find out what had happened, what the problem was. By the time I spoke to my sister-in-law, she was on her way into the hospital and her signal was pretty bad, and all I could glean from the conversation is that my nephew had been stabbed. He was stable, and that was the only information that I got, really, before jumping in the car and driving 45 minutes up to the hospital. I just remember being very scared, very concerned, very angry, a real rollercoaster of emotions. When I got to the hospital, my nephew was stable at that time, and he'd been bandaged up. It was a very emotional time, seeing his mum, seeing his grandma, seeing all the other family at his side, trying to continue my role as supporting them, which is where I see myself in the family, but at the same time being absolutely petrified. From the moment that we found out about what had happened to sitting here now, the impact is monumental. It affects every part of all of our lives on a daily basis, and will continue to do so. The fact that something like this has happened, you see yourself as a decent family, you do your best, you bring your children up in a safe, supportive environment, strong ethics, strong morals, and the reality is that it can happen to anybody. It does happen to anybody. It has happened to us when I wouldn't have believed it. The rational professional in me wants to support those individuals, want to understand what's happening, what's going wrong, because I think that's the only way that any positive change will come about, is by understanding what drives people to do what they're doing, young people with their lives ahead of them, to do such vicious crimes that have such implications, a domino effect on themselves, their victims, and everybody else around them, including the public. The other side of me wants to shake them, is very, very angry. I disbelieve that any human being could knowingly choose to engage in that sort of behaviour whereby you could seriously injure and kill another human being. Have they not got siblings, family members, grandmas, uncles, aunties, Surely there's somebody in their life that they've got a meaningful relationship with, and I'd ask them to think about the impact it has on them, not just if it happened to them as victims, but also as them as perpetrators of these kind of activities and these kind of crimes.